Hello and welcome to episode 32 of the Quilter on Fire podcast. Meg Cox is a nationally known thought leader on the topics of quilting and family traditions. She is a writer who has lectured and taught all over the US and authored 5 books. She was president of the national nonprofit organization Quilt Alliance for 6 years and writes a very popular monthly newsletter called Quilt Journalist Tells All. The testimonials for her newsletter just jump off the page on her website. Quilters are raving about the great content, giveaways, top-notch interviews, and reviews. So without further ado, let's get into this wonderful story. Meg Cox, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm excited to be on talking to you.
Now you're known for your wonderful e-newsletter called Quilt Journalist Tells All. So tell us a little bit about that. How often does it go out, and what are we going to find inside when we open up that in our inbox?
Well, it comes out once a month. I started it 12 years ago when my book, The Quilter's Catalog, came out. I wanted to promote that, and I started doing this. And I really love doing it. There are people who have been reading it from the beginning. People tell me that they're really excited when they see it in their inbox, which I think is great. I mean, I have very high open rates and all of that. And I really try and, there are not that many quilt magazines anymore that really sort of do reporting.
Mhm.
So I'll be talking about, like, during the pandemic, who was doing virtual shows, how they differed, how did QuiltCon differ from, Craft Napa, and the way they in the, the technology and the way they presented. I write about the quilt economy. I profile people. And I have also a, news and notes things. So if things are opening back up, if there's a trend that's going on, I will talk about all that.
And if you head on over to my YouTube channel to watch the trailer, you'll see what I'm wearing today. Sass Boutique is dressing me in style for the podcast trailers. This super comfy jacket and plover pullover from Australia is made with the finest materials. This sweater is so soft and comfortable. Sass Boutique has stores in Summerland and Penticton, BC. And you can pick up the phone and call 250-494-1677 to order any of the clothing you see me wearing on this show. Sass Boutique, an excellent selection of contemporary and classic women's boutique style clothing. So Meg, what have been your favorite quilting projects to date?
There's a lot, but what really stands out for me, really made a deep impact for me, was the memorial quilts that I have made since my husband died from his shirts. And it took a full year before I could get myself to actually cut into the shirts. And I have made very different quilts for different people. And so for his granddaughter, who was 8 when Dick died, she was devastated. And I thought, I can't just make a pretty quilt and say those are Poppy's shirts. It has to, literally, I felt like it had to speak to her. So I made words. I appliqued words out of his shirts, and the quilt says, "Poppy loves Lucy forever," and with a number 4 and ever. And it was therapeutic to make, and she really loved it. I saw her recently. She lives in Washington, D.C., and I was with her like a month ago, and I found out it's still on her bed. She treasures it. It still means a lot. And then the next one I made was for myself, and that was very improv, and just, making these improv blocks. And then, it just kept growing. And I just, I love to sleep under it. I love to look at it. I love, the softness of it. And, there's one of the things that I did is, at the memorial service, I left out fabric for people to write messages to the people who were going to get the memorial quilts. So it ended up being deeply meaningful. And then the last one I finished was for my stepdaughter. And there's a lot of power to it. And, you can do it in so many different styles. It's so many different ways. It's just a very powerful, emotional thing.
Yeah, what a heartfelt project. And they'll have something to cherish forever that will remind them of him every time they wrap themselves in it or look at it. So I love that. Did you like this trailer? Hit that subscribe button to get the new podcast trailer every week, and click on the link in the description below to listen to the full podcast.